Alright, hello everyone. Thank you for waiting and welcome if you just tuned in. The Movember Speedrunning Moments 2018. We're here collecting money for the Movember Foundation. The Movember Foundation is the only foundation that focuses on men's health solely. They put their funds into research for prostate cancer, testicular cancer, but also mental health and suicide prevention. As mentioned like a few seconds ago, put your donations towards an incentive. And with that being said, we're gonna move on to New Super Mario Bros. Wii, done by ShadowFrost. So let's see if ShadowFrost is actually here. Hello, Shadow.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
I'm good, I hope.
Good.
Once this run is over, it's probably gonna be better, but I'm not nervous for this.
Are you nervous for this run? Why?
I don't know, it's just... This is the lowest estimate that I ever submitted for this game. Normally I get under the 30 minutes, but now I'm afraid that I actually put the estimate on 30 minutes, that I'm actually gonna make it or not.
Alright, I see I made a small mistake in changing the layout, so I'm gonna first fix that real quick, because this is definitely not Slime Ranger.
It's not?
No, it's not. No. Now you make me actually afraid. You're supposed to do this game fast. You realize that, right?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay.
As long as you don't put the estimate of Slime Ranger on this game, then I think we're good.
No. You have the 30 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Then, guys, sit tight, enjoy Super Mario Bros. Wii, and ShadowFrost, good luck.
Thank you. Alright, I got the heads up that we're live. So yeah, welcome everyone to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. We're gonna start out straight with this run. We can skip the intro cutscene in this game before the timer actually starts. So we're right here at the overworld, and we're just gonna start this run. Make sure that I'm on the timer. And we're gonna start out here. And this game is a fun little game for the Wii, where we play as Mario, and in this run, there's a lot of few strats that you can do. Few things that you already see me doing is when I get to a slope, you'll actually see me butt sliding down it. That means because it's actually faster than running off of it. And we already just grabbed the most important power-up throughout this entire run, which is the propeller power-up. You won't see me using it just yet, like the game kind of forces me they want me to use it, but it's actually kind of slow in most situations. So we're gonna be showing it off later. What kind of controller do I use? I currently only use the Wii mode, because that's what you think that this game can only handle, but apparently it doesn't say it anywhere on the screen. They always, when you boot up this game, you just use the Wii mode. But you can also play this with Wiimote and Nunchuck, apparently, which would be much better, but at one point I kind of learned this run with only the Wiimote, and then you just don't switch back, then you don't... So for that reason, I'm just playing with Wiimote today. So we're getting to 1-2, and as per usual with a Mario game, that's an underground level. There are these cycles that you, throughout this level, you see cycles of blocks moving up and down. And, well, they're not really cycles throughout the entire level, they're just when you approach them. So whenever you get to that block, it will always be on the same angle, even if you would make a mistake early on. Also, we grab a star power-up because it makes us able to get through the enemies way faster. We're running faster as well when we have a star power-up, and we don't have to wait for cycles of enemies. Because we want to keep this propeller suit. We still haven't used the propeller suit, but trust me, it's gonna be very important during this run. So that's already the first 2 levels down, and in this next level is where we're gonna be getting through this game a lot quicker, because this game has 8 worlds in total. However, as you can see on the world map there's a cannon there. And the cannons are used to actually skip some worlds. Here we're doing a triple jump off that block just in case the hammer bro jumps up. The only way to avoid him like that is if you actually get the triple jump off the question mark block. So yeah, with the cannons we can actually skip worlds, making this run way shorter than what you would think it could be. So for the secret, to get to the cannons we need to take the secret exit, which is going to be up here. If we propeller up, we get on top of the level here, which you don't really see. There's a small little hint there of the ground going slightly lower. But yeah, normally they want you to grab a Yoshi in this level to actually make it up there. But since we have the propeller suit, we'll just make it through more easily. But yeah, I didn't even explain what the propeller suit does. If you shake the Wiimote when you use the propeller suit, you just fly up really high in the sky, making... After a certain while, we'll start doing actually skips with this propeller suit. Just because at certain points in the game, they just think that you don't have propeller suit. Making some levels very much faster than what is intended. So here Toad starts talking to us, and Toad once tells us that Bowser Jr. and his minions will start kidnapping Toads, and if we save a Toad, it'll give us some power-ups. We don't really need that because, it would first of all mean that we have to go back in the level, which is just really slow, and it would only give us a star power-up, and that's, even though it might be useful in some cases to just redo an entire level for it, definitely not worth it. So yeah, with this cannon, with only a couple of minutes in, we're already in World 5 out of 8. In this world, we'll also be using a cannon, which you'll see a little bit later in this world. You don't even see it yet, I thought it would scroll a little bit further. But yeah, the cannon is in the second half of this world. So in this world, we actually need to do a couple of levels. And this is where the game starts getting a little bit more difficult. 5-1 is gonna be... It's gonna involve a little strat over here with... not really mechanic, an item that is in the game, which is the random block. The random block cycles through 4 different items, and one of those items is a star. And if you time that correctly, you can actually just grab the star, making this next section, first of all, faster because we're just running faster. And secondly, we don't have to deal with any of the enemies standing in our way. So here we're using our vines to quickly make it over this section. And we're gonna do a crouch jump over here, which is jumping while crouching. That way we don't bunk our head against the ceiling and lose all our speed, making us able to just jump really far with that. Also, that pinwheel we don't use because we can just propeller out of the water. You can even get out of the water there without the propeller suit, so just using that pinwheel in general is very slow. And with that, 5-1 is already done. 4:43 seems like a pretty normal time for this one. With a couple of levels I can tell on the in-game timer whether it was a good level or not. But I think 4:43 for this one is correct. So yeah, up next, before we can actually head to the next level, we're gonna need to pass this piranha plant over here. And with how the vines are currently placed, we're not actually able to avoid them. So we're always forced to enter this fight here and collect all the toad balls. Technically, if the vines would be aligned differently, we would be able to skip this fight. However, to change the vines, we would actually need to die in a level, which not only is slow, it would also make us lose the propeller suit. So in that case, it's definitely not worth it to go die in a level to make us able to skip this guy. So with that guy gone, we actually have 2 choices of levels that we can go to. We can go to either 5-2 or 5-3. In World 5-2, it is a little bit easier, but it's also a bit slower, so I'm gonna try to go for World 5-3, which involves a lot of these little bouncy guys. If you hit their legs, they're gonna get hurt and lose your propeller suit, and you definitely don't want that. So we're just gonna bounce on most of them, just so we don't lose our propeller suit. There is one backup propeller suit throughout this run, which we just passed, which was in a pipe. So at this point, if we lose propeller suit, it's gonna cost us a lot of time. So let's make sure nothing happens though. Just passing through this section here. We're just wall jumping off of this guy, this platform, so we don't create a platform for him. Here. Made a small little mistake there, so it's just playing it safe, making sure not to lose the propeller suit, because the next level is where the first big time save will happen due to the propeller suit. Like normally when you don't have the propeller suit, you can actually shake your Wiimote to do a little spin in midair, making you able to cross some further distances, which in some levels would be really useful. But unfortunately, we can't really do that with the propeller suit, which makes certain levels a little bit more difficult with propeller suit, at least to do fast. Unfortunately, we can't use that mechanic throughout most of the run. So yeah, this is World 5 Fort Castle. This is the midway point of the world, and this level, as you can see, it's very vertical. And this level is completely based on cycles of these spike thingies, spike walls moving back and forth. And as you can see, if we have the propeller suit, we don't have to wait for it to move back. We can just keep flying up, making sure that we don't specifically need any of the platforms. So we're just gonna keep going up here. Here, make sure to avoid the dry bones. The dry bone has cost my propeller suit before. For this one, we just have to wait for the cycle anyway, so I'm not even rushing that much at the moment. It is technically faster to make a faster cycle here, of the ball moving back and forth. Also, I needed to move a little bit further right. Anyway, you can make a faster cycle here, but it's a really difficult one. I know that I think like only the top 3 or top 4 runners go for it. And it's just a really difficult cycle to make. So yeah, right now we're fighting against Lemmy, and he just moves back and forth a lot. And we gotta make sure that we jump right when he stops spinning, that we actually jump on top of his head. Oh, playing it really safe there. Yeah, the first hit I kinda messed up, so the cycles were slightly off with the platforms moving up and down. Normally you can just almost instantly jump on his head right when he stops moving. However, now the platform was kinda in the way, so I played it a bit more safe there. So now we're gonna get to probably the most difficult skip throughout the entire run, for which we definitely want to have a propeller suit. So I'm even gonna make a safety save over here, just in case. Because if we mess up, it would still be faster to actually reset and go back into the level than actually finishing this level the regular way. So here we go, World 5-4. This entire level is based around this boat. And this boat, it moves really slow. And you also have the disadvantage that if 5 or more items are on top of the boat, it stops moving. So you constantly have to remove enemies from it. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna use the propeller suit to just maneuver our way through this level, landing on these platforms that the enemies are actually on, just so we recover our propeller suit spin, just so we can jump from block to block to make sure we don't hit the poisonous goop. I'm gonna play real safe here. I'm gonna destroy the enemies just in case so they don't hit me. And now we get on top of the level where more enemies should be, and right when we get to end, we just make it to this platform over here. We got it first try. This was the skip I was probably most worried about. Now, losing propeller suit would still lose us some time, but this was definitely the biggest skip that we went for. I think in total it saves like 1.5 minutes over doing this level the regular way. So yeah, that's just such a huge time save to have the propeller suit on. And with that, we're finally gonna get to the level where we can go to the secret exit, which leads to the cannon, which will shoot us all the way to the final world already. So this is the ghost house, and this ghost house is a huge maze. There's many doors leading to different rooms, different paths, and when you're playing this level regularly or casually, if you want to find all the star coins, which are basically collectibles that you can get throughout the run, you would try to figure out all these paths, try all these doors, and it would just take such a very long time, yet we're not gonna do that. We're just running behind this wall here and take this door all the way on the end. And this door will actually lead us to the secret exit. Still having a propeller suit is going to be really useful over here. Because we can just propeller suit over this gap. That's fine. Luckily there's a moving platform there. Like without the propeller suit you need to wait a little bit on the moving platforms, and that'd just be kind of annoying. I was really scared that I almost fell down there. But luckily Mario can wall jump in this game. Unless I think they introduced that in New Super Mario Bros, the original one, that Mario can do wall jumps in the 2D Mario games. Yeah, I think it was DS. It was either DS or this one. So thank you for adding a wall jump mechanics, because otherwise we would have died there. So yeah, with that, we're taking the cannon, and this means probably that we're almost on the halfway point of the run, I would say. It's like slightly under, because this cannon takes us to the final world, World 8. So I should probably say what the goal of any percent is. The any percent category in this game means beat Bowser at the end of World 8. So we don't care about how many levels we beat, how many star coins we get, or whatever. It's just get through here as fast as we can, get to World 8, use the cannons, whatever, and quickly go to Bowser. There are some other categories for this game, which they're being run as well, but not as popular as the any percent category. Usually any percent is the most popular category anyway. There's also cannonless, where you're not allowed to use cannons, which makes for an interesting run as well. You get to see lots more of the game. And also 100%, where you actually beat all the levels, get all the common medals, which definitely shows up the game in its full glory. So yeah, this is 8-1, and all these meteorites that you see falling from the air, those are random. Where they're gonna drop is completely random, so we gotta be real careful to not get hit by any of them, because the longer we can keep the propeller suit, still the better. Like in just a bit we'll be losing the propeller suit though, because we're actually gonna damage boost a little bit. But more on that in a moment. First, we're just gonna keep on running here. If you keep running, usually the meteorites don't give that much trouble. And here, we're just using the propeller suit to get over the first one. And here we're gonna start damage boosting, because having to constantly use the propeller suit is kinda scary. Go. Get out of the way. Oh god, we made it! Whew! That one was scary. We made it. We still made it. We're all fine. Like, this level can be so scary with the meteors falling down. Like, since I jumped on a ledge that was going upwards, I lost a lot of momentum, even more than I was kinda expecting. So my jump didn't make it as far as I thought it would, needing me to back up to a previous platform where a lot of meteorites were dropping, but luckily we were able to avoid those. So now we're getting to the next level, World 8-2, and this one is going underground again. It starts with a little bit of RNG as well. If you're really unlucky, there's a big meteorite falling right over the high part of the platform over there, which can be kind of annoying if you accidentally jump a little bit too high. Gonna be grabbing a backup mushroom over here, because this section tends to get a little bit annoying sometimes. But so far so good. We're just gonna try to jump over these enemies as much as we can. Here we're actually using the spin mechanic, where we're staying in the air for longer if we do a spin. Definitely makes us able to avoid some of these objects that we need to avoid. So here we're jumping on top of this platform, and there's a star hidden inside this block, which is gonna make this next section so much easier, where we don't have to avoid these spike balls, and we can just enter this secret over here. Because even though we've already gotten all the cannons, there's still a secret exit that we're gonna take over here, which is gonna skip a lot of World 8. So here, we gotta deal with the wheels spinning backwards, so to keep most of our momentum, we're just gonna try to stay in the air as long as we can, because if we stay too long on the ground, we just don't progress. So we're actually gonna use the forward momentum of these wheels to just make some really cool jumps, getting us to the secret exit over here. And this is gonna skip most of World 8. I think it skips 4 levels, if I remember correctly, over just doing 1 level on this end. So this is definitely worth it to go for this path over here. And this level is probably everyone's favorite. It's the auto-scroller level, where there are some strats to make this go faster, for sure, but most of this is auto-scrolling. So we're on these roller coasters, and the roller coaster, yeah, we can't really do anything to really speed it up. The only way we can speed this level up in general is just good movement from one roller coaster to another. So for now, we're just staying on this thing, trying to slide off, but then not really do that. Like, I always like pretending that I'm on a roller coaster, just raising my hands up in the air, which would be really fun to do right now, but since this game still uses the if I actually raise my hands too abruptly, Mario will actually do a spin. So I would definitely not recommend raising your hands up in the air when you're running this game. But if you're watching it, raise your hands all you can, because that's probably the most fun part about this level. What the hell? Why did Mario do a ground pound? There we go. Oh, thank you, Cow. Yeah, I've run this game multiple games at marathons already, so I kind of know what to tell and what not to tell, and I just hope that it's enjoyable. So here, this roller coaster again is not doing much interesting things. I avoided the red coin ring, so it seems like a very pointless section there. And, you know, I'm getting kind of bored of this roller coaster. It's not that interesting, so what could be more interesting than one roller coaster? Well, I can tell you, there's something even better than this roller coaster. It's gonna be there in just a sec. It's a double roller coaster! Yeah! Woo! Alright, and with that, the auto-scroller is finally done. Thank God. I hope I talked through it so that it was still sort of enjoyable to see. It's probably the, in general, technical wise, it's the least interesting level, just because it's only some movement from one roller coaster to the next, which is kind of interesting to see. The rest is just avoid all the fire. So for the people who have been here from the start of the run, like I mentioned, that the most broken power-up in this game is the propeller suit. But we haven't seen the propeller suit for a while, so, you know, I think it's time to get back the propeller suit and start breaking some more of this game. So, it's actually a propeller suit right hidden in that box. And with that, we can start doing some interesting skips again. Like, the biggest reason why we actually just get rid of the propeller suit is that those few levels in between don't really add that much if you have a propeller suit. So, better just damage boost through those fires in 8-1 to skip some time, to save some time there. And yo, Gigs! What's up, dude? Yeah, this level is definitely very interesting. There's a lot of cool things possible in this level. Unfortunately there we just have to wait for a pipe until it gets to the top. However, for this next section, we can just fly over these little sections over here. We can spin those little screws to make the platforms lower, but you don't really need those. And we can do jumps like that throughout this entire level, where we can just skip using some of these screws. Here we're just gonna slide under this platform and get up again. That barely made it. Here we can do that again. And unfortunately this is like one of the few ones that we actually have to spin. So making our way to the final Bowser Jr. level. If you guess. No, unfortunately there is a way to go bombless in this level. However, I never learned that strat yet. So, unfortunately, I won't be showing off bombless threats for this one, so we're just gonna have to use the bombs. So, we just have to wait for him to drop some more bombs. And once he does, we'll try to immediately reflect them back, just so he doesn't avoid it like that, which makes this level kinda annoying. Anyway, that's 2 hits. Oh, I know. People really wanted to see bombless. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. Alright. Getting right to the end of this boss fight over here. Gonna drop one more bomb. No! I barely lost it! I thought I would make it. Oh, we've lost the propeller suit. That's really unfortunate. It's gonna make the next level a little bit slower, unfortunately. I knew I shouldn't have gone for the corner strat, but I thought I was like, maybe I can make it, maybe. Apparently, just barely not. Anyway, that wasn't the final boss of the game, like it almost seems like it. It's like the end of World 8. However, there is still a final part of this game which we still have to do. which is right behind this wall over here. And luckily for us, Bowser conveniently creates a bridge for us, and actually shows us this. Imagine if this bridge didn't appear, and we'd just be stuck, because in this game Mario can't lava boost. So unfortunate.
What?
Anyway, this means that we're gonna do the final level without a propeller suit, which is actually gonna make the first section a little bit faster. Just because we can actually do the mid-air spin, which makes us able to go through this level a little bit more fluently. So this level has a lot of these spinning fire bars, which are, again, on a cycle when you get close to them. So it doesn't really matter if I would make mistakes early on for any of these fire bars cycles, because, you know, the cycles only matter when you get close to them. Yeah, I'm sorry, indeed, no lava boost. Unfortunately, Mario can't really lava boost in this game. So yeah, at this point, this is where it starts getting slower to have no propeller suit, because you actually have to wait for that platform to drop down. Alright, so for this next section, it's again a little bit of an auto-scroller, and the idea is that you keep jumping from platform to platform here, but if we actually land on the platform on the right, the dry boys are just going to be really annoying, so we just avoid that platform by just wall jumping a little bit up there, making sure not to hit that platform, and that makes this next section actually relatively easy. So, just have to wait here a little bit. I'm just gonna grab some coins, because coins are important, right? I think I kinda jumped on this platform a little bit too late. No, that's fine. If you can't lava boost, why do I play this game? Because it's still a fun run, and we run through lava. That's almost like a lava boost, right? So yeah, for this next section over here, Bowser is shooting flames at us. These patterns are completely random, besides the fact that the fireballs can't appear on the same height twice in a row. So sometimes you get a little bit more lucky patterns, other times you get some more difficult patterns there. Fortunately, I had to wait a little bit. But now we can actually start beating Bowser. So for now, I'm just gonna wait until he jumps up. Otherwise, we could just jump over him with a propeller suit, but unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. It's gonna shoot even more fire, because why the hell not? Come on, jump up. There you go. And now we actually get through. So there we go, we defeated Bowser. Like 25 minutes. That's a good run, you know? Definitely underestimate. We saved the princess, all is good now. However, the princess does look a little bit different though. She seems like she's gone a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit fatter. Oh, right. Oops, guess we're not done yet. So yeah, Kamek uses his magic one last time, and now Bowser is huge, and we're kind of scared, so we're just gonna run away. So he's gonna be shooting fireballs at us, and we want to try to let these fireballs lead us through this entire section over here. So I'm actually manipulating how high he shoots his fireballs by keeping my jumps going, just so I can make sure that the fireballs get as far as they can, so we can get through the fastest. So here, I think that fireball will barely break it. Oh, it doesn't. Okay, we need just this fire. Ooh, I didn't want to get hit there. Alright, we're doing this section without a propeller suit then. That's gonna make this section more interesting for sure. Yeah, I gotta play it a little bit more safe here. Like, in that box, there would have been a propeller suit if I was at least tall Mario. However, I accidentally got hit right at the end. So, we just have to wait a little bit longer. We're getting right here to the end, though. No! No! The run is technically invalid. Why? Do I even... I'll do it again, whatever. We technically died there, even though we hit the final button where normally the time would be. However, I kinda landed too far on the button and I ran off the platform. Yeah, that's not really supposed to happen. Like, it doesn't lead you to the credits, so technically the run doesn't count. Therefore, that's really unfortunate. Oh, well, it was a decent run though, so I don't care that much. So I'm just gonna try to do it again. If this happens again though, then I'm just saying like that first try was beating it. Like a fun thing though, before I started running this game, it wasn't even a specific rule that you had to go to the credits. So the first time that happened to me, like I asked some more experienced runner, like, hey, does this run still count? And they were like, no, it doesn't, because you didn't go to the credits. But then I was like, the rules just say like you need to hit that button. So since then, like the day after they added that rule to the rule set, because you know, I still think it counts though. I should probably try to get a mushroom here just so we can do the final section with the propellers too. So, I'm gonna be trying to grab an extra power-up over here. I think this is a power-up. Yeah. Whatever. Runs over anyway, sorta. Just don't die, I'll try. Okay, I'm shooting these fireballs a little bit too low, so I'm just gonna kind of reset it, make him shoot higher again, so we can actually get through here. Oh god, now the platform is really small. Okay, this should lead us through, never mind. God, I'm suddenly starting to play off. Okay, here we go. Now we're actually gonna grab this propeller suit, and now this section is gonna be a bit more easy. Because we can actually go through this section a little bit faster by just spinning underneath some of these platforms. Playing it safe. Can we still hit sub estimates? We should be. I'm just playing it safe now. Okay, still sub 30. Oh, it was so unfortunate that we spun off the button there. So...
You did a good job though. We have a wonderful clip.
Well, I'm glad it gave a wonderful clip out of that. Because it would have actually been a pretty good run for me, because I think my PB was like a 2640, a low 2640, and it would have been like a 2650, so it would almost have been a PB run even.
Yeah, well, you did a good run. Sad that you jumped over the button, or at least hit the button that fell into the lava.
It's so stupid that can happen in this game. It's just...
Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm glad you were here, ShadowFrost. It was an amazing run. It was enjoyable to watch.
I'm glad to hear that.
Any shout-outs, things you would like to say before I'm gonna hand it over to the intermission so we can set up for Yono?
Shout-outs to all the new Super Mario Bros. Rerunners who have helped me throughout the years for making this run possible, that I can actually do this. So also Geeks, because I remember he used to have the world record, but not anymore, unfortunately. But he's helped me so much throughout this game, so I'm gonna give special shout-outs to him. Especially since he was in chat.
Good to hear. Before I'm gonna hand it over to the intermission, you only have a few minutes left if you want to see the Yono and the... Oh my god, I need to read this out properly. Yono and the Celestial Elephants. If you want to see the Glitz exhibition, make sure you bring in those 10 euros together or alone, whatever you decide to do. It's going to a great cause. And with that, there is only one other donation incentive. That's the Super Mario 64 Glitz exhibition. So, if you want to see those two, make sure that you donate towards the Movember Foundation. Exclamation point donate, or scroll down a little bit and you can find the links. ShadowFrost, I'm gonna thank you. I'm gonna put on some music and and we're back in a few minutes.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.